Hello everybody, and welcome back to some All the Mods 9 to the Sky. How you guys doing today? I hope you are doing well. I am. So, last episode we got together and we built this guy right here. And we got our plutonium going. This guy has been running a little bit less than an hour. And we've gotten almost a stack. So we're getting one per minute, probably quicker than that, just because I had some issues. Was messing with this guy right here. I got to looking, seeing that these guys were filled up with honey, and I cleaned everything out, and I went to put a thing in here, or a chest, to pull the combs out, because I had a bunch of them, and run them in here, and I was using a sophisticated storage one, and it kept crashing my game. And when I come back in here, this guy was off. So there, in the last hour, there's probably about 15 minutes of it that it didn't run because it shut itself off. And then when I turned it back on, it had reset everything. The burn rate was back at 0.1. So yeah. But I did go ahead and complete all of said quest. We've got all those quests to take care of. We got the quest for our pipes. I don't know why we didn't get to one for that. But that is... yeah, that's it. So we're going to do a... like I said, we had already made all of this stuff. Let's put all of it up. We'll hold on to this stuff. I need the fluids, I need the gas, I need that, I need that. Quests, let's swap, and most of it was XP, which is fine. Advanced universal cables we don't need. Steel we really don't need. Alright, so we're ready to go on about our business for today. And our business, wait, it didn't, why didn't it get us all of them? Now will it do that? No. Are we going to have to... oh. I'm going to have to do that. Alright, all of them have been taken care of. One thing I noticed, or one of the things we got, was a quantum entanglement porter. That's going to save us a little bit of work. And then we're going to do the thing that's going to kill us. We need one of those in our inventory. And it didn't kill us. Well, that's great. I will take that. Turbine casing. There was a lot of stuff that... Project E. The pellets. And is that it? Yeah, that was it. Awesome. Alright. So that all can go up. Now we need to do what we've done before, which I'm going to build the exact same setup until we get to this part right here. So let me get that done. Alright, so we've got everything set up. One thing that's different, this one than that one, is I've got a lot more input ports with water. I am hoping that we can run this one a lot faster than we are that one. And for no other fact than that we need a lot more polonium than we do plutonium. So that is the reasoning behind that. So next up, we need to pull from here into, I think 3, let's go 4 solar neutron activators. So we are getting basically a bucket, or a bucket a minute. I think these 4 should be enough. But if it's not, then we're in trouble. And I don't know if we can upgrade these or not. Security, no. Yeah, that's... I mean, what's it going to hurt to do some more? We can just bring this around here. That's not what I wanted to do. Still not what I wanted to do. Alright, so I went ahead and I've made 8. I think it's overkill, and it's probably way more than we're going to need. But just to be on the safe side, that's what we're going to do. Because like I said, we're going to try to turn this one up faster than this one. And then I've got all of them going in there, coming out the front. These are all set up, should be front output, back input, auto eject. I probably need to turn the auto eject on all these just to make sure we're stuck. Not that if they're stuck in the machine, it's not going to hurt anything. And the nice thing is of course, these guys only work while it's daylight outside, and we have our draconic celestial manipulator keeping it daylight outside for us. The only issue we have is rain, so that's also a good reason for having the backup stuff. But this is set up the exact same way. We got water, fluorite dust in here. The only thing that changes is we go from polonium or plutonium to polonium. So now comes the time when we turn this thing on. So let's activate it. And let's go ahead and turn it up to 10 for the moment. And make sure we're doing all right. The main thing that I'm worried about, we're still going up, so that's all that matters. This are all working. We're getting polonium pretty quick, and it's not there. As soon as it hits 10, we're good. Like I said, got way more than what we need. We still have not got any yet. This is not working as quick, probably because we're spreading it out just a little bit. We can work on that. That's working just fine. Let's bump this up to the 15, and then let's make sure that we've got water squared away. Alright, so I think I found our happy spot, which is right about 30 millibuckets a tick. I put it at 40, and it started draining the water, and with 30, it slowly filled it back up. So we might be able to go 32 with it, but I think for now, that's just kind of where we'll leave it. And then we've gotten 18 polonium already. So I've been doing this for not even 10 minutes. So that will be, see, now we're going to run into where this is filling up. And that's what I need to watch, because I need to see if it is going to cause issues. And the other part of this whole equation is our waste barrels, and yeah, we're not even coming close to filling these guys up. So everything is running as it should. Yeah, I forgot about that. For some reason, even though this is a multi-block structure, they will spawn there. So the only thing really that we'll have to babysit with it will be, and I don't know how much this will hold as far as waste goes, but we'll be watching it when it rains, because our celestial manipulator will change from day to night, but it won't set the rain. So we can do it. We just have to watch it. Alright, so I've been sitting here for a little while, just kind of watching everything, going back over here, checking everything, and it looks like, for the most part, we are held up pretty good. We're still gaining, which is not the problem. We're using about half of what we're getting through our machines. So yeah, we the overkill was it is overkill. So, but like I said, we've got a bunch of, we're up to 150, 160 plutonium, 65 polonium. Let's go ahead and peel off that band-aid and die. I don't know why we're not getting the radiation. But we didn't get the radiation. I'll take it. I thought these were radioactive. So, but now that we've got that all done, that's all we can do for the moment when it comes to getting to our antimatter. We need a bunch. We need 240 polonium. Actually 244. Well, more than that. So basically 300 polonium just to do the SPS, just to get to the antimatter. So that's that. And then we also need a bunch of them for our fusion reactor frame, because we will do that. I love this guy. We're fixing, matter of fact, that's what we're fixing to do at the moment, is work on our fuels for that, since we can't do anything else for the moment. So that's what we're going to do. These can go up. Our barrels are still working great down here. So we're going to come back here. Is that still, that's enabled? We're good. Alright, so first things first we need to do is we're going to make our deuterium. And to do the deuterium, we need a electrolytic separator with our heavy water. So we're probably going to, I don't know why I did that. Let's do 4 of these. It's probably going to be, once again, it's going to be overkill, but that's what we're going to do. So 1, I got to figure out how we're going to do this. 2, 3, and 4. Let's do some entangledness. I want some entangled blocks. I need our binder. Let's put this guy here. We want to whack that and do that. And then that is technically a fluid. And those are all full. We want to, well, we figure out what side's what. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. We're going to need some speed upgrades. We are going to need some energy upgrades, which I don't have. And we're going to need some of our ender gates. There's those guys. So speed, 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 and speed, and energy, 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 energy. I don't want these on top. And that is not what I wanted. Or I don't want these on the front, I want them on top. That way, we want this to just dump all. Dump. 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 It's all dumping. Beautiful. And this is, I think, considered a gas. So let's run that. Maybe it's not. Output. We want the front to be output. And that is, alright, that's what we need to do. Nope, gases, output, front. Beautiful. And then we just need some chemical storage for this. I gotta figure out how I want to do this. Alright, so I went with something a bit different than I have been doing. We've got the deuterium running in here. We are making deuterium pretty quick. We're still not making it faster than we're getting our heavy water that it looks like. I guess. I mean, we're not burning through any of the heavy water. Oh no, it is going down. It's just not going down very fast. But we are storing it. I made us a... I've never really stored chemicals in applied energistics. So I made us a chemical storage cell. We've got the deuterium in there. So next up is we're going to be making tritium. And that is what's next on this. So I've got these going into a chemical tank just because it's... I could have just put a whole bunch of these import buses on the machines and done that, but I figured this would work out a lot better. So yeah, we're gaining quite a bit. So, but next up is our tritium. And for tritium, we need lithium and a solar neutron activator. So we're going to need a whole bunch of these guys set up. And I don't know. I could probably do it over here and see where we're at with that. But I need a bunch of solar neutron activators. Alright, well, we're back. I had some issues. I tried to hook all this up to the AE system, and it's now hooked up to the AE2 system. And if we come in here and look, we're getting deuterium, we're getting the tritium. That is not producing as much as I would like. Maybe it is. But anyways, it was putting the stuff into some of these tanks, which kind of threw everything in a kerfluffle. I had to go through, clean out all these tanks. I'm probably going to have to add us another liquid lithium bit. How much of this are we using? We're not using... We're using enough to pull from all of that. And that looks like that's it. These are all still full. Yeah, so I may need another one of these to speed up the tritium process. But we got both of them going. So I'm happy with that. Plus we got plenty of space. We have got a whole bunch of polonium and a whole bunch of plutonium now. So as far as the mechanism goes, I'll show you the setup. We got all that. It wants us to do that before we get all this stuff done. But I got this connected to our chemical tank over there that has the lithium in it. It's pulling out. That's where my tritium went. Alright. That's one of the reasons why we're not producing what we need to be producing. Let's put that there. And let's input that. So like I said, I was having some issues with this. And we want the bottom set to output. And now that all should be going into our system. And it's going up a lot faster. Good. Alright. So we're, like I said, we're about halfway to our, we can clean out our inventory now. We got all this stuff done. That can go up, that can go up. We're about halfway to the polonium that we need. So that's going to be what keeps us from getting our antimatter for the moment. Everything else working just fine. Want to make sure we're still, yeah, that's filled up. That has filled up. So that means all this stuff should back up. And those are just bouncing around waiting to be put in there. So yeah, I am happy with everything. I still have noticed that these guys do not like it when it rains. It filled up all these. It filled up the pipes. And was starting to fill up the reactor. So that's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on as we finish our playthrough. But we're good. So with that, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!